There are more contractors in Iraq than there are troops. Do you think that this is a good idea?
Of course not.
Go ahead if you want to say more.
They're basically mercenaries, I would call them.
Okay. Currently, 80% of the private contractors are foreigners. What do you think about that?
Of course, that's not correct.
Okay.
You know.
Halliburton made $4 billion in profit in 2008.
And Dick Cheney is an asshole.
Oh, okay. Should corporations be making record profits from war, the business of war?
No, that's what they warned us about, isn't it?
Exactly. Should corporations be making record profits?
No. They should make fair contracts.
Should our media give us important information about the wars that are going on? Do you think that we're getting...
Well, define what's important. Do you mean if it compromises security? No.
Well, the number of dead and to show pictures of the dead in the...
They shouldn't show pictures of the dead. Nor should they print or show on television or any other media inflammatory photographs that would just inflame the enemy.
Do you think we should be spending $2 billion a week on these wars?
Yeah, especially the one in Afghanistan. We're fighting enemies against the United States. And as far as your figure about how many people are on not on health care, you have to remove the people that don't want to be on health care. Those generally from 18 to the early 30s that would not, even if you tried to force them to pay for their own health care, they would not like it.
I've never found anybody like that,
well,
but they might be.
You keep looking because you're not looking very well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Take on this war.
Well, war is what it is. And I don't think you can simplify such a thing, or even it's a bad situation. There's no way out for anyone. Seeing Barack, you know, he came in there with a whole thunderous idea, which is why I elected him. But I also know thunder never works.
Oh, do you think our military or the corporations that hire these contractors should be fighting the wars?
I certainly don't think the contractors should be fighting the wars.
Okay. Halliburton had $4 billion in operating profits in 2008, while we know about the deaths. Do you think it's right that the corporations are making such enormous profit while people die?
No.
With 47 million Americans without health insurance and unemployment at the highest rate in 26 years, should we be spending $2 billion a week on wars?
No.
All right.
Do you want to say more?
I think it was a mistake to go into Iraq to begin with, and I can't believe what it's cost us. And I am appalled that we cannot provide health care to every child in this country.
Absolutely.
But we can afford to spend money on killing people and sending it overseas to, fight wars that we really shouldn't.
Contractors in Iraq than there are troops. Do you think that this is good?
No, absolutely, it's terrible.
So you're 9 years old, and you go to school here. Where?
I go to school in Colorado.
In Colorado. And so do you study the war a little bit?
Yeah.
What do you think about the war?
Well, I don't see, the point of it because it's just, lots of people fighting for something. They should, just decide without having to shoot each other and stuff.
And do you have any desire to be a soldier? Have you anything else you want to say about the war? Well, we thank you very much. What's your name?
Amy.
Amy, my name is Polly, and thank you for answering our questions. Hi. Would you be willing to answer some questions about the war? What war? The everlasting war.
And most importantly, our soldiers are coming back from the war and not being taken care of, which is, I think, absolutely, it boggles me why we would not take care of our soldiers. But I just don't think that Iraq should be getting that money. We should. We, the American people.
There are more contractors in Iraq than there are troops. Do you think this is a good way to run a war?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's happened, of course, with some of these contractors is that they've been involved in illegal acts and they're not bound by the same rules as the military are. They're not as accountable, so that makes a difference. Okay, there's 47 million Americans without health insurance, and we've got the highest rate of unemployment in 26 years, and we're spending $2 billion a week on wars. Do you think this is a good expenditure?
Definitely not that.
U.S. troops in Afghanistan and Iraq. Do you think our military or corporations should be the main presence in Afghanistan and Iraq?
I believe that probably the military should be the primary, but I guess I would like to see it scaled down from both, I suppose, eventually over time, but I think the military should be fighting our war because that's what we have the military for.
Do you think corporations should be making record profits from the war business?
Well, I mean, the military-industrial complex is the largest industry in the entire world. I mean, the American war machine has always been that way, and no, I don't agree with it at all. I think it's absolutely backwards, and it's unfortunate that our society and our economy is based upon that, because it's a lie to the American people.